Right, what I'm going to do here, just on this, imagine this is a natural nail, of course this is a dummy hand, and I'm going to apply a dipping powder colour over this natural nail. So the first thing we need to do is make sure the hand is completely sanitised with sanitising spray, so the hands have been washed, and then sanitise them with an alcohol, at least 75% pure, and then you're all ready to go. So the first thing we need to do is just tidy up the nail, make sure that it's nicely, the length is as and the shape is as the customer wants it. Then I'm going to push back the cuticles. Obviously on this dummy hand there'll be no cuticles, but you know what to do here. Push that back. And then I'm going to get my electric file with my fine sanding band on, and I'm going to turn it up to a slow speed. I'm not going to apply any pressure, and I'm just going to take away any excess cuticle that's on the skin there. Come down this side here, go up this side, and then just generally go all over the nail, applying no pressure whatsoever, and just taking away the surface shine off the nail. Now this is the best, with electric file is the best prep that you'll get onto a nail. So make sure there's no shiny bits left. Okay, and you've removed all traces of skin from the back. Let's switch this off. I'm just going to dust it off. And the next thing to do is to actually apply your primer. You can dehydrate the nail first if you wish with an alcohol or acetone. So I'm just going to apply my primer to the nail, like so, keeping it off the skin as you would normally do. Next thing to do is to get my clear powder here, which is just a normal, just basic clear powder. And when you're working on a real person, it's probably best to decant this into a separate little dappen dish and use it from there. But because this is a dummy hand, I've no problems with cross-contamination. So what I'm going to do now is get my resin, and I'm going to apply this all over the nail. So I'm just going to go sweep down the nail. Be very careful you don't get it on the skin. Keep it nice and even, like so. Let's pop that back in there, and then I'm going to apply my clear coat of, just let it dribble over, tap it, and put that to one side. And if you're doing a full set, you'd go along all of the nails. Now I'm going to get my finish coat, and I'm going to put this like a bit of a glittery mix that I actually mixed myself, so you can get 1 part glitter to 3 parts clear powder in a pot, shake it all up, and it's all ready to go. So again, I'm going to get my resin. I'm going to place it onto the nail just like before, making sure I get up to the edges but not over the skin. Brush it out, don't let it go on the skin anywhere, and then just once you've gone over, just go over it again to make sure it's nice and smooth and even. Now I'm going to get my glitter mix. Pick some up, drop it over the nail, and it will stick to the resin. Give it a tap to get rid of any excess, and you go along all your nails. Now once you've gone along all your nails, just give it a quick little dust off, very lightly, hardly touching. Now I'm going to go back on with my second coat. Again, very carefully, not getting it on the skin anywhere. Wipe your brush to get rid of any bits. Make sure there's none on the sides. Drip this on. Tap it. Get rid of any excess. And at this point you can stop there, but I'm just going to put on another little coat because I just felt it wasn't quite enough. Wipe my brush, don't want to transfer any stuff into there. I'm going to go back over with my last coat. Tap it. Put that now to one side, and then I'm just making sure now that there's no bits on the fingers. I don't want to transfer any bits into my clear powder. Get my last coat here. Now there are many different ways of doing this, so, well not many, but there's quite a few different ways, and this is just my way, so there are other ways of doing it. Put your clear coat over the top, tap it. Now at this point now, you'd be doing all the nails obviously, so give time for it to sink in. Just give it a light dusting over with your brush. Get your activator. This one has actually gone a little bit discoloured because of the fact that I've been using it, and you do get some transfer into there, but it's unavoidable. So now what I want to do now is to make sure that I activate this so that it's completely sets. What the activator does, it sets the acrylic and acrylic and resin mix. So when you take this out, don't wipe it on the side like this, it takes too much off. Just bring it straight out and then just go onto the nail, so that you know that that is penetrating all the way through. All the way through. And of course you carry on with all your nails, and then by the time you come back, that is usually set enough to file. So I'm just going to leave that a little while because I'm just doing the one finger. Right, so this is now set. I'm now just going to make sure I just file up the sides, get them nice and clean, check the end, and then I'm just going to get my electric file, bring it up about a little bit faster. Every electric file is different. Go along the back here, just taking that down so it's nice and close into the cuticle, so you haven't got a lot of build up there. Come down this side, just go all over just to make sure that it's nice and even. If you've got any bumps or lumps, take them out. You can use another different bit if you want, which is a very fine bit, like I've got here. You run that a little bit faster, and then you can just go along like this, all over, just to take off any unevenness. You then get your block or your file, if you still need that. Just go all over, get a nice smooth finish all over. And at this point, once you've done this, your client can go and wash their hands. Now the next stage is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this activator and I'm going to just put a nice thin little coat all over the nail. I know you do all your nails obviously. Now this bit's important. You must wipe off any excess activator that may still be left on the nail, because what you don't want to do, and you do that with a piece of tissue, what you don't want to do is to touch your top coat brush onto the nail with any activator still there, because otherwise you'll find that your brush will go hard and you'll have to soak it in brush softener. So the first coat I'm just going to put on is a nice quick coat across all the nails, like so. And then I would do them all, and then I would come back and apply my second coat. Being a little bit more careful this time how I apply it. Now don't forget, this is an air dry top coat, so you don't want to stroke it too many times like you can with a gel polish. Now I would just leave it now to dry, and it would take approximately 5 to 8 minutes to dry fully, depending on the ambient temperature of the room. Then you just finish off with your cuticle oil, and then you're now complete.